Assalamu alaikum. As you can see on this board, I have written out all the letters of the huroof halaqi, and if you can see, it's in the shape of a house. There's the and you begin with the bottom actually. H is coming from the bottom of your throat. A and ha come from the middle of your throat, and gha and kha come from the top of your throat. When I taught the children ha and this one, ha and kha, I told them that ha comes from the middle of your throat, kha comes from the top of your throat. So when I try and explain it to the children, I tell them, look, all these two letters were living in the throat house. They live in the throat house. We don't know what the others are. So if I was going to teach them just those two letters for now, because they're just being introduced to those, I would just draw those two and show it to them on the throat house. And I would have not written this one. I would have erased this one, erased that one, and not put those two. So it would be just showing them, look, ha belongs here, kha belongs here. We don't know what's going to be coming in the others. We've learned them along the way. And so the children get in a desire to know who's coming next or who lives next to those letters. And they learn through understanding those concepts through their point of view. So if you were to say it in a very, theoretical way, they wouldn't get it. But if you explain it in this way, it's very interesting for them. And also, this is a very important part of learning, and these letters should be emphasized, because along the way, like as we move further on, they will understand why there are certain letters that are pronounced when the noon sakin comes, and then after that, if a huroof halaqi comes, then you're going to be saying the sound of the noon sakin. But if huroof halaqi does not come, then we will not be saying the sound of the noon sakin. It will be hiding. So they'll learn the ikhfa and izhaar rules then. But again, those are also very subtly, but also very clearly and in a very childlike way. So the children learn about these things without feeling like as if it's going over their heads. This proves very interesting for grown-ups as well, because instead of learning all of that theoretically, if you just memorize these, it's very easy. And if you make it in you kind of say it in a way that it becomes rhythmical or poetic, it just becomes easy to memorize. Aha, gha, sorry, aha, aha, gha. Aha, aha, gha. So you always tell them, huroof halaqi, how many people lived in the throat house? 6 people live in the throat house. Right now, we have just touched on ha and kha. Here on this side, you can see all the huroof halaqi letters. Aha, aha, coming from the bottom of your throat. Aha, coming from the middle of your throat. Gha, coming from the top of your throat. And then again, the children, we emphasize it as they say. You might have seen in one of the videos we've recorded of the children where they're touching the middle of their throat or the top of their throat to show you where the sounds are coming from. So that's the lesson on our huroof halaqi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.